Your boy Kid Hype from Indy Amelia. What's going on, man? I'm just keeping the stat, get straight to it. I thought the fight was off. You're training. Talk to me about that. What's going on? Is the fight happening? Is it something you're comfortable talking about?
I haven't gotten anything official, anything formal saying that, the fight was off or the fight's not happening. The only thing I've seen about the fight not happening is what Jake has put on Twitter and, Instagram, whatever. So I don't know whether or not to believe his social media antics, so I'm staying focused. My mind on the goal. I signed a contract to achieve a certain weight and come back the next day at another weight. So I'm looking to hold up my end of the deal. They come with all this foolishness at the last minute, but I'm just staying focused.
Are there exact numbers? Is there something you're trying to reach? I'm hearing 205. Is that the number? You got to reach 205 by Friday? 205
was the number that they came back with, but 200 is the number that they came to in the beginning. So, we'll see. Come weigh-in day, we'll see what's up. But right now, I'm just staying focused. If my next fight is Jake Paul, if it's not Jake Paul, either way, I need to be in the gym. So,
are you expecting a media week this week? Because usually there's a media week, there's a face-off, a press conference, a weigh-in. You expecting a weigh-in?
I'm just expecting to show up and hold up my end of the deal.
Okay.
If they don't want to hold up their end of the deal and stick to what they signed to, then that's on them. I didn't. All this old extra weigh-ins and all these extracurricular activities is not stuff that we signed on to in the beginning, and then they started adding stuff, and they started from the beginning of this press tour, whatever you want to call it, beginning of this training camp. I told everybody that I felt like Jake was he had a little panic in him. He panics. That's what he does. He panics, and I always see it. So by the commission seeing my weight on Friday and then raising the limit to 205, and then us countering like, all right, well, give us 215. I feel like they panicked. They told us in the email that we had until 11:59 p.m. to sign the deal and accept the 205, and then at 8:04 they said, the fight's off, or 8:07 they said, the fight's off, and then here comes Jake with his videos and MVP promotion with their tweets and all this other stuff, lying, saying that I only lost 1 pound in 3 weeks. Y'all just seen me work out. I just lost like 4 or 5 pounds in a workout. So it's that would be crazy to go 3 weeks only losing 1 pound. That just don't even sound right. So y'all can read between the lines on that. But I took the fight. I got the fight, and I'm looking to show up and show out and hold up my end of the deal.
Do you guys feel like with Jake Paul, with all his antics that he's been playing lately with the Twitter and throwing out, like you said, that you only lost 1 pound and all that good stuff, was there also a rehydration clause or something like that they were mentioning?
Yeah, there was a rehydration clause in the contract that they first sent to me, and they said that I had to be 200 on weigh-in day, and then the next day by 6 p.m. I was only allowed to gain 10 pounds. Wow. So the commission looked at that and they said, that's utterly ridiculous. That's not safe. So the commission gave me an extra 4 pounds. So I was allowed to come in the next day at 2:14, and then the commission also gave me an extra 6 hours, which was very, very, I really appreciate the commission for stepping in and doing that. They gave me 4 pounds in 6 hours, so I had to be 2:14 and at noon for the fight. So it was the commission stepping in and changing that part, and then the commission seen my weight on Friday and they said, okay, well, we're gonna get this guy 205. And then negotiations started there because it's a new deal naturally. So we said, give us 215, and they said, oh no, we're not fighting you, and just called off the bout after they told us that we had until 11:59 to agree to their terms. But from the very beginning of this whole fiasco, they sent me the contract and they told me, you only got 45 minutes to sign this. Like, you don't sign this within this certain amount of time, you'll never get the chance to fight Jake Paul again. You'll never get this big opportunity again on your plate. So I looked at it. I didn't have time to call a lawyer or call advisors, nothing like that. All I could do was call my dad, call my mom, and see what they thought. And we went ahead with our game plan. We had a great camp. Put together a great team, nutritionists, physicians, cut man, technical coach, pad man, head coach, and my father. And we strength and conditioning coach, track coach. put all this together and we put in a great effort. And like I said, we here now. I feel great. I feel, you know, in tremendous confidence. And I think that, you know, coming up, whatever's next, I'm going to explode. And I think that Jake Paul didn't want me to explode on him.
Half the boxing community is kind of torn. You got the journalists and the media people talking about, hey, you signed an agreement, cutting weight. You got boxers on your side. You got some boxers not on your side. What do you have to say about that? You're the guy who signed the agreement.
Okay, so first and foremost, I signed an agreement. So everybody want to talk about this agreement that I signed. Where in that agreement does it say that I had to weigh in on Friday? Where in that agreement did it say I had to weigh in the last Friday? 2 weigh-ins that I participated in and did on my own accord. That was not in the contract. So y'all keep talking about I signed a contract, I signed a contract, I signed a contract. In the contract it say I'm supposed to weigh in on August 5th. Why are we even having this conversation? Why are we having this conversation about my weight? It's Monday.
Right.
August 5th, not until Friday. So y'all want to yell, he signed a contract, he signed a contract, he signed a contract. Give the man a chance. Give me a chance to make the weight. They didn't even give me a chance to make the weight. Everybody jumping the gun. And like I said, I was at 215 and I went on like a 5-mile run and only lost a half a pound. So I was like, yeah, like y'all gotta give me some more weight. This ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna be able to make it. But I had experts come in and I had former world champions come in, give me some tips, give me some tricks, and the weight's still coming down. So for them to jump the gun the way they did and pull the rug from under my feet is unprofessional on their end. They didn't give me a chance to take the deal at 11:59 p.m. like they said. They took that away from me 3-4 hours early. So the way I see it, they in the wrong. They didn't give me a fair shot. They never gave me a fair shot in this fight from the jump. I took the low pay. I took the no pay-per-view. I took the low weight. They seen I just weighed 224 for my last fight. I dropped like 3 or 4 weight classes. I dropped 24 pounds to make 200 pounds for him. I took the short notice. I also took the rehydration. There's so many things that Rockman side took for them to now he's asking for 215. So now I asked for one thing and they scrapped the whole thing. They didn't say no. They didn't say no, we're not going there. You gotta come back. You gotta come to 205 or you gotta come to 210. They didn't do that. They just scrapped the whole thing. So it feels to me like they seen their first out and took it.
If you had to give a percentage, this fight happened. You think this fight is happening this weekend? Are you fighting Jake Paul this weekend?
I hope so. I mean, I would like to think so.
If you're able to make weight on Friday, and you get on a camera,
I'm gonna make
and
weight.
and you go selfie video, and you stand and you show, hey, I made the weight.
I'm not gonna do that because they like to so many people like to you know, Jake Paul the situation and try to twist and turn. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have the press there. The press will be there.
Okay.
And you know, wherever the designated location may be, we're gonna have a calibrated scale, and we're gonna get on the scale, and we're gonna see, you know, what my weight truly is. And once I sit there and prove to Jake Paul and prove to the world that I can make the weight, what's his excuse gonna be for not being there, getting on the scale too?
Do you feel like all these tactics have just been implemented by Jake Paul because he really is scared and he really does want to have his opponent at a less advantage?
That's the only way he's gonna fight anybody. You see, he's almost twice the size as Anisi and Gid. He's almost twice the size of Nate Robinson. You know, Ben Askren looked like a trash bag, and then Tyron Woodley, he was way bigger than him too, and he's a welterweight for MMA.
Right.
So you know, the only way he's getting in there is and then he tried to get me all the way down to 200 from 224, which I agreed to do, but that still don't mean that he's not trying to have an advantage on his side. That's exactly what he was trying to do, and he was gonna pay for it. So as soon as he seen any little out, he took it and jumped on it and literally like started hollering, screaming on Twitter. But you know, he the social media king. So you know, I'm not gonna beat him in no social media war. All I can do is present the facts, and we'll see on Friday what the facts is.
So you have one last message to say to all the boxing fans out there, all the people who supposedly there was pay-per-view, like, you know, they're giving refunds and things like that. Anybody out there who's a Hasim Rahman Jr fan, send a message out to the boxing fans who are expecting to fight this weekend.
Man, look, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm here in New York. I came to do my thing. I came to show the world that Jake Paul is a fraud, and I look to continue to do that. So whether or not we box on Saturday, or they postpone the fight, or we fight at a later date, it don't matter. He can't run for long. It's a fight that everybody want to see. It's a fight that I want. When you got a fight that both fighters want, then the fights happen. When you got a fight that only one fighter wants, then the fights don't happen. So this will be a case of, we know Rock wants to fight. We know Rock can make the weight. We know Rock can do everything that he signed up to do. So let's see what Jake Paul does at this point.
Sesh, you got anything else? Good? Rock, appreciate you.